Hello, it's me, and today I'll be doing a showcase of my custom Neca Burning Godzilla 2019, which is a repaint that I've done for C.D.R Studios. I'll link his video in the description. But this is just done with plain acrylic ink, nothing terribly special, except the way I sealed this was with a paint on matte lacquer, so that seals all the paint in, and then for the joints, so it doesn't scrape off, I used super glue. But the way I did this is, first I took all the bits apart, so each section of the tail and the torso and then the back of the head. I primed them all. I sanded the inside of the joints so that the paint could attach to them easier. Then I gave it 2 coats of white acrylic, 2 coats of orange acrylic. Then I painted some white on, then some yellow and lighter orange, and painted some darker orange on the dorsal spines. Then after I'd done that, all I did was just a simple dry brush with plain black acrylic over the entire figure, and then sponged on black onto the tips of all the dorsal plates. I haven't done anything to the sculpt besides I built up the teeth on his head with some super glue. I just filled in that gap there. I just put 2 extra teeth in there so that it doesn't have the horrible gap that they added in, because they couldn't be bothered to do small teeth, so they just left it. But it's very simple repaint. I'm very happy with it. I did consider maybe getting one to paint for myself, but I don't know. I might one day. I'll probably get one if Hire makes a Burning Godzilla, and if it's not good, I'll repaint it, because I don't want to buy a regular one and paint it, because I've got too many legendary figures in my collection, honestly. But all the articulation is still completely the same, so you can look up and down quite nicely. The mouth can open and close. I made it open slightly more, so you can do a bit more of a roaring pose. The shoulders you can spin all the way around, elbows hinge and swivel round. The wrists are on a swivel hinge, so they can go all the way around. The hinge isn't the best, but it can do a bit of movement. Torso can move a bit side to side and can spin probably all the way around, but it might scrape the paint off, even though it has the matte lacquer on it. The hips can spin all the way around and go in and out about that far. Knees, a swivel hinge, so they can go all the way round like so, and they can also about that far back and that far forward. Ankles on double ball joints, so that can go all the way round, quite a good side to side, and then backwards and forwards. And the tail is all ball joints, no bendy wire at the end, so you can go round about that far, round about that far, not terribly down, but it can go up a decent amount. So yeah, haven't done any accessories, obviously, because aside from just a transparent dome to go around him, it doesn't really do much, doesn't have a beam or anything really. But now onto a size comparison. Has scraped a bit there, it doesn't look very good, but you just move that over, you can't really see it. But here he is next to my custom bootleg Monster Arts 2019/2021. Obviously you can see the massive difference in sculpt with the Monster Arts-ish with the Neca. Here he is next to my custom Neca Burning Godzilla 1995, who is much, much taller and by a long shot the better Burning Godzilla in terms of design, temperature and overall power, except that he could barely blow up a city. He blows up the entire world. So it's kind of, people argue, oh, he's stronger. No, it's definitely that one. Here he is next to my custom bootleg Neca 2014, which I will do a showcase on soon, maybe next week. But something I'm glad Neca did do is the fact that they actually made this bigger. They reused some bits, but they did different sculpts on the feet. I think slightly different head sculpt, and the massive change in dorsal plates, and maybe a bit of a tail difference. And finally, here he is next to the Neca Godzilla 1954, who again towers above him. But that about does it for this showcase. I hope you enjoyed and maybe gave you some tips on how to paint your own. I really hope C.D.R Studios enjoys this, and I'll see you in the next one.